In the final weeks of 2022, thousands of migrants have streamed across the U.S. southern border. Many have spent weeks walking hundreds, sometimes thousands of kilometers, and often through dangerous territory as they seek out a better life in America.
It has been a very hard trip. Everything gets stolen on the way. We go hungry. Everything.
There were a record 2.7 million migrant encounters in the 2022 fiscal year, easily breaking the previous record set in 2021.
I think it's become a permanent crisis.
Immigration expert Toni isn't hopeful that Democrats and Republicans will find a solution anytime soon. But he does think working with the Mexican government will be key to managing the crisis.
There's just too many individuals to process, and there's only so much physical capacity, institutional capacity to deal with these immigrants. So Title 42 without an agreement with Mexico would be chaotic. Title 42 with a clear agreement with Mexico is sufficient to manage the flows.
Also unresolved at the close of 2022, the fate of so-called dreamers who were brought to the U.S. illegally as children. An end-of-year push to give them citizenship has fizzled, and their status continues to be challenged even after a federal appeals court ruled that the DACA program, which protects dreamers from deportation, is unlawful.
Maybe it'll ruin our futures. I don't know, and it's really hard to live life that way.
Political theater around immigration also hit new heights this year, with some Republican governors shelling out millions of dollars to bus migrants north in an effort to pressure Democrats and U.S. President Joe Biden to clamp down on immigration policy. Texas was the first to start this trend. It's now bused more than 13,000 migrants to cities like Washington, D.C., Chicago, Philadelphia, and New York City, often without prior notice. The lack of coordination and the influx of migrants have forced some mayors to declare a state of emergency and has raised questions about human trafficking. Critics say the Biden administration hasn't done enough to address the immigration challenges facing the country, focusing on the fact that neither the president nor the vice president visited the border this year to assess the problems firsthand.
Is it going to make a difference if Kamala Harris or even the president himself show up at the border? Not really. I mean, what are they going to do? They show up, they take it's a photo op, and then they move on. But the immigrants keep coming. What they need is a good, solid policy, a protocol, rules in place.
Something that hasn't happened in 2022 and could be a pipe dream in 2023 as well. Toni Waterman, CGTN, Austin, Texas.